The presidential election is less than 2 weeks away. Early voting is in progress, and students, it's time to vote. I'm here on the site of the new Amazon Distribution Center, which is the size of 12 McLane stadiums. The presidential election is in full swing, and I heard from experts about some little-known tips for first-time voters. Throughout our entire interview, Crane kept reiterating how crucial it is, not just for Baylor students, but for everyone to stay home. And it's all in person. And the location changed as well. And you're looking at it. So class of 2020 and 2021, get ready to turn those tassels to the left. With the recent increase in car and home burglaries, there are some simple steps you should know before hitting the road, making sure your home stays as safe as possible during the break. Alicia Martinez is the first Baylor student to die from the coronavirus. I had the honor of speaking to those who knew her, and they share how Alicia's legacy lives on. So if you do find yourself in the unfortunate event of your pipes bursting, you need to know the location of your water meter, which is generally found in your front yard by a sidewalk. For Lariat TV News, I'm Grace Smith. With temperatures dropping below freezing comes icy roads and power outages. This certainly isn't the weather Texas is used to. So here are a few tips you need to know to keep yourself both safe inside and out on the roads.
In these conditions, there's no such thing as over-prepared.
A historic winter snowfall is making its way through the state, leaving over 4 million Texans without power. Homes sit in freezing temperatures, and there are some easy steps you can take to help stay warm. Encore, who supplies electricity to many homes near campus, said to make sure and close all blinds or curtains. This allows for some heat to be kept inside. Make sure and close off all rooms to avoid wasting any heat. Layer up with as much loose-fitting, lightweight, warm clothing as possible. They also encourage you to stay full. Food provides that warm energy for your body. And avoid caffeine and alcohol. Lastly, make sure to stuff towels or rags in the cracks under your doors.
It's one of those situations where if you don't need to travel, then don't travel. The biggest problems that we have seen are obviously with the roadways. People are still driving really too fast.
As this winter weather is set to intensify, you must take serious precautions when venturing out on those dangerous icy roads.
But what's going to happen is all of the snow that is melted from people being on it today is going to freeze again tonight, and it's going to be just a sheet of ice tonight. So our big concern right now is that even though they were passable today, they won't be tomorrow.
And as you're driving, please remember,
don't use lane assist or cruise control. Just use normal driving and give yourself enough time, and certainly give yourself extra space in between your vehicle and the vehicle in front of you.
So if you absolutely have to travel, before you head on out, make sure to check drivetexas.org for continued updates on roadway and weather conditions. For Lariat TV News, I'm Grace Smith.
It is time to open them up.
Since July, bars have been closed, and last week, Governor Greg Abbott released this video authorizing county judges to make the decision to opt in to allow bars to open at 50% capacity starting October 14th, 2020.
It is time to open up more, provided that safe protocols continue to be followed.
The minimum standard health protocols require that bars stop serving alcohol at 11 p.m., wearing face coverings, maintaining 6 feet of social distancing between tables and groups, and serving only customers who are seated. And McLennan County has decided to opt in.
People should have the opportunity to operate if they can do it under protocols that do not cause a public safety issue. And I'm not sure they can, but I think they ought to have the opportunity to try.
Being able to open tonight potentially, or maybe tomorrow, is just a huge, huge thing.
I spoke with one Waco bar owner who has lost nearly $200,000 due to the close.
I didn't know what to say about it.
But with a new COVID makeover, he is ready to get back to business.
Our bartenders will be very careful. We're going to be completely digital. We're not using any cash at all. We're going to be completely cashless. Masks, obviously, we've social distanced our tables. We've taken darts out and the swing game out. We're still undecided about billiards, but we've limited spacing at the bar. We're probably going to open up the patio here in the next week or two so we can put more people out there and space people properly. We'll have our doors open. We'll have fans going to dissipate the air. So those are the steps that we're taking. We're sanitizing the entire bar every night, every day.
But what if these bar owners don't follow the guidelines?
There's an indication that, one, bars aren't compliant, or there's a lot of origination of virus transfers in those bars, then I will reconsider my order and we could possibly opt out, just like we opted in.
The judge did confirm that they will be sending patrol out, making sure the bars are following guidelines. And while this is an unpopular opinion to health authorities, Fulton said this isn't something he plans to walk away from. He wants to visit this daily, making adjustments as needed, giving bars that opportunity of survival. For Lariat TV News, I'm Grace Smith.
There's no better place to be in the entire state of Texas than in Waco, Texas, this very day.
This state-of-the-art robotics fulfillment center is paving the way for tremendous growth in the city of Waco.
This quite literally is a booster rocket for the Central Texas economy, and we cannot thank Amazon enough for bringing this project here.
So Waco checks all the boxes and being able to offer us a great workforce. It's got enough customer demand there. And we know that folks in Waco, everybody in Baylor, wants that package really, really quickly. So we've got to be able to turn it around. And having a set of inventory right here in Waco allows us to be able to do that.
The massive development sits comfortably on 90 acres and will be more than 700,000 square feet. But as Governor Greg Abbott said,
we don't measure the size of some new project by square footage or by acreage. We measure it in the number of football fields that it occupies. And the facility that Amazon is opening up here is more than 12 Baylor football fields. That's just amazing.
But with a facility this large and a company so successful, how will this affect the local economy?
About 1,000 new employees. That's 1,000 paychecks and 1,000 benefits going to hard-working Central Texas families.
Ultimately creating a ripple effect on the city's financial system.
Where that 1,000 new jobs could lead to an additional 2,000 more jobs in the Central Texas region that will be supporting Amazon and its employees.
So students, how does a minimum of $15 an hour sound?
We do a lot of community outreach that I am sure the Waco team would really be excited to be able to partner with the school to be able to do things in joint together.
The facility is set to open late next year. For Lariat TV News, I'm Grace Smith.
Thank you so much. Congratulations. We call it liquid gold, this vaccine.
And that liquid gold is being administered every Thursday until March through the helping hands of senior Baylor nursing students. McLean Stadium's parking lot sure does look a little differently today. Every Thursday, a group of 12 nursing students travel down from Dallas to Waco and serve their community by distributing the COVID-19 Moderna vaccine.
I'm really proud that our school and our students can be a part of the solution for this great global health pandemic.
So how exactly does all this work?
The process is a drive-through COVID vaccine. So the cars will pull up and they are filling out paperwork. So we take their paperwork and we give them their shot while they're sitting in their car, super safe. And then they drive over to a different parking lot where we have EMTs and police officers and other nursing students. And they just monitor them for about 15 to 30 minutes just to make sure that everything's okay and they're safe.
This is our first drive-through for COVID vaccination, and it's really running great. We were ready to do it, and we were excited to do it. Baylor offered up the site and so much support and resources. So this is a new stop for us, and we're really excited to see it running so smoothly.
While these students came fully prepared with textbook skills on how to properly give injections,
being level 4 student, it's kind of things that get repetitive.
It's the things they didn't expect that teaches them the most.
You expect patients to walk in and with excitement and readiness to get their vaccine, but it kind of was a lot different than that. Most of them were actually really hesitant and really scared. to get the vaccines. And so it was really cool to kind of see how our skills and our mindset as a nursing student were able to be quickly changed.
We've had people say that they haven't even been out of their house since March, so they're super thankful.
Last Thursday, the students gave around 650 vaccinations. The clinic runs from about 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. The location will vary from week to week.
We don't have a complete schedule yet. That's going to have to come on a weekly basis just because we don't know how much vaccine we're getting on a week-to-week basis. So we just want people to stay tuned, watch their news sources, check our website for the latest information.
For Lariat TV News, I'm Grace Smith. As COVID-19 continues to raid through the United States, it is taking with it the lives of thousands of Americans, forcing the country to shelter in place. Millions are suffering from unemployment and others are forced to work from home.
If you are human, you are at risk.
I spoke with Kelly Crane from the Waco-McLennan Public Health District, who is encouraging Baylor students to do their part to help stop the spread. She urges students to please stay home.
The things that you're doing now, that makes a difference. That really is going to make a difference. Keep sheltered in place. We need to go to the grocery store, have one person do it. Those are the good things that you need to do. We're not used to doing things that way. But with a little discipline and understanding why, we can do these things.
Cases of the coronavirus top 200,000 here in the United States, and the death toll certainly isn't slowing down. And with the U.S. flying to the top of the charts with the most globally confirmed cases, so many Americans fear the unknown. Crane opens up with me and tells me that while her crystal ball is broken, she shares a bit of hope that we can all hold on to.
These times are difficult. We're all missing out. From college graduations to kindergarten graduations, we're all missing those special life moments. My hope will know that we're missing those life moments, but as we come out of this as a community, this is going to be life-changing for all of us. And know that what you're doing is hard, but it's essential, and it will make a difference. That's so important.